Hey, you guys, welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because in today's video, I have a beautiful collection of 3 gorgeous Christmas DIYs that I cannot wait for you guys to see. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you already subscribed, don't forget to turn the notification bell on because you will not want to miss what's coming up next. We're gonna get started this video with a beautiful candelabra with a garland that it just turned out absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a look. All right, you guys, so for this part of the video, I'm going to share how to create a beautiful bow in this beautiful navy blue, because you know the navy was a huge trend this year. So I thought we'd include it into our DIYs for Christmas 2025. So I'm going to free all of these ribbons from their little container. I already cut myself once. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this ribbon right here. This is a beautiful navy, and like I told you, navy is up and coming for the Christmas videos. If you guys did not see the Christmas trends video, go check it out, because we talked about how navy and gold was one of the beautiful themes that is just growing in popularity. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab this 2.5 inch and I'm gonna put it right here between my index finger and my thumb, and then I'm going to go down and I'm going to grab about, I wanna say about 24 inches. I wanna say about 24 inches. I'm gonna bring it up, I'm going to twist, and then I'm going to do it again. And that's gonna give us these big 2 loops like this. And we're going to cut a long tail. And for this particular ribbon, because it is a 2.5 inch, I do want to do it twice. So I'm gonna grab it again, put it in between my index finger, and I'm always telling you to dovetail as you go. It is just way easier. And see how I have the bunny tails, then the 2 bows? Well, now I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna bring it up, twist, bring it up, twist. So now we're gonna have these 4 loops like this. Now remember that they don't have to be perfect, because we don't look for perfection here at Ramon at Home. We look more for symmetry, balance. So now that we have these 4 loops, I'm going to add an extra tail to make it extra fluffy. For that, I'm just gonna bring another tail, and then I'm going to cut down at an angle. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring my star of this show. Oh my goodness, you guys, I always forget that. You know how I'm always telling you that if I come to your home and your ribbons are not dovetailed, I'm gonna ask you for a pair of scissors, and this happened before. So now I'm going to introduce this beautiful chinoiserie ribbon, and it comes folded like this, but I really do want to dovetail. So once again, we're gonna give it a tail. We're gonna start right here, about 24 inches, bring it up, twist, pinch it like a taco, bring it up and twist. So that's gonna give us these 2 loops right here. And I'm gonna grab my scissors. This ribbon is just spectacular, you guys. I am using some of this chinoiserie ribbon for my home this year, for one of the looks. So I'm super excited about working with it. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it going up and going down. So that's gonna give us those 2 loops. Now remember, because it's a 2.5 inch, that we're going to repeat it one more time. So we're gonna pinch like a taco, bring it in. Remember to do the dovetail like this. And then we're gonna repeat our ribbon. So 1 going up, twist, 1 going up, twist. That's gonna leave us with these 4 beautiful loops like this. You guys, making bows is really super simple once you get a hold of it. Once you practice, it's all about practice. A lot of people tell me, oh Ramon, you're just so fast. And I am fast because I've been practicing for so long. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce this little tail right here. It's just a small tail. You know what, I'm gonna save it for the end, because it's a small tail, that's all I have left, so I'm gonna save it for the end. So now I'm gonna introduce this just out plain white, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm gonna do 1, about 24 inches, twist, up, twist. Then you fluff, then we cut a tail, and then we're gonna bring it up again. We're gonna do another tail going the opposite way. We're gonna grab it, fold it like a taco, twist. You can fluff as you go if you'd like. Then twist. Look how pretty this is. Then we're gonna cut it at an angle right here. This is so pretty. I love this ribbon because it has a lot of glitter and it really glistens. And when this touches the sun, oh my gosh, it's going to be just absolutely spectacular. Cut it at an angle on this one. And so now I'm going to bring that last piece that I had And I'm gonna seal it with it. We're gonna fold it like this. And then we're just gonna introduce it like that. Take the tape off and we're gonna dovetail this real quick. Now what you need to do is grab yourself a florist wire like this without letting go of your bow. We're gonna introduce this wire and we're gonna go all the way around and to the back. And then we're going to pinch right where we seal, and then we're going to let it just spin around and twist. And so now we can really fluff our bow. I'm gonna fluff this real quick, put on a wreath and share with you the end result. Keep watching. You guys, look how absolutely gorgeous this Christmas wreath looks like with this blue and white bow. Like I told you, it doesn't really necessarily have to be a Christmas ribbon to make it festive. I just love the way this looks. It will look beautiful in an elegant door, and it will make a statement on your front door. Give it a try, get out of the box and do something different this year. All right, everyone, so for this gorgeous black and white with a touch of silver Christmas theme, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the ornaments. If you've been following the channel for any period of time, you know that I have a 4-step process where I do ribbons first, ornaments second, floral stems, picks third, and then at the end, the accent ribbon will be our accent step or our 4th step. However, this time we're breaking all the rules. So I'm gonna start with the ornaments. So I have a selection of ornaments in this beautiful gray. Now this tree is very sparse. So what I'm going to do, so I'm gonna actually start right here on the top. And all of these ornaments are already pre-wired. I'll share with you real quick. If you watched the videos before, you know that I like to put a wire on it, bend it, and then spin it around. And also we're gonna start doing this zigzag motion. Remember, what happens on the right happens on the left, and then you just swirl that wire on it and it'll stay. So one to the right, one to the left, another one to the right, doing that zigzag motion. And for this particular look, I wanted to do more ornaments than anything else. I want the ornaments to really shine on this particular design. So I've added a wire to all of these great ones right here. And like I said, it's going to be a glam theme. You guys, I am obsessed with the ribbons. Wait till you see the ribbons. Now also what you want to do is you want to create a selection of different types of shines, mattes, glitters, glass, shatterproof, because that is going to add a whole bunch of depth and dimension to your Christmas tree. Now I've also told you before that if you buy this bigger size ornament, which is like the 4-inch round, actually this is the 6-inch round, you cover so much more of your Christmas tree than if you were to buy a whole bunch of little ones. So as you guys can see, by adding this black and gray, it's getting me all of that depth, and I'm really pushing that ornament towards the back because there's going to be some other precious ornaments on this tree that is really going to make it dance. Okay, so I'm gonna go on this one kind of right here from the back because you wanna create that depth and dimension. If you're going to go all the way around, of course, you have to multiply the number of ornaments you're going to use times 2, but because this is for this video's purpose, then what we're going to do is just go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do another one over here on the side of this black, and what this black is going to do is basically give us some texture that we don't get with the gray ornament. And also I love the glitter. I am obsessed with the glitter. I'm going to put this one right here. All right, so the next round of ornaments is going to be this absolutely stunning. Look how beautiful this ornament. It is a glass ornament and it has this almost cake design to it, black glitter. And you guys know that you have to start kind of creating those clusters. So every time that you add a big ornament, you want to add a second ornament. Oh, this one doesn't have a wire. Jamison, our assistant, come say hi, Jamison. How are you doing today?
That is my bad because I just said to remove the wires because I was afraid they were going to fall.
And who wired these ornaments?
I know it was me. But now it's official. We're starting.
Give it up for Jamison. All right, you guys. So remember, every time that you add an ornament, a bigger ornament, you want to add a second one next to it to create that cluster. We're going to start creating a cluster. And then also we're going to move from left to right, from up to down. Remember, what happens on the right happens on the left. What goes up must come down. And that way, oh, another one. And that way you're going to have a very well balanced tree. always. So these particular ones, because they are glass, I want them to dangle down, and I want to make sure that I really wire these ornaments so that way they don't come crashing down on my design. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this wire back in there, and I'm going to add this guy maybe over here. You can go ahead and open this tree like this, and then add this ornament and twist that wire and secure it. I'm going to add this last one maybe over here, making sure that I wire this really well. And see how I like how it looks, how it's growing from the branch. Now this, you guys, how stunning is this gorgeous ornament? It is a glass ornament, and to me, there, you know, I can use all the shatterproofs, and as you guys can see, but they don't catch the light as well as a glass ornament does. So for this particular one, I selected a whole bunch of glass ornaments to really catch the light, to make your eye twinkle and dance. So I'm gonna add another one. See how there's a cluster of 3 right here? There's 2 right here. So I'm gonna add this guy over on this side. I almost dropped it in his glass. Ooh, you have to be careful with that. All right, so we're gonna twist that wire in like that. I'm gonna grab another one. You kind of have to get away from it to see where it is that you wanna add another one. Like I feel like one right here will serve us well. Remember to start filling in all of the holes from the ornaments and creating clusters. Always remember to create clusters. And if you have this wire, you guys, you can buy a whole box of this wire, cut them in half, and then wire all your ornaments to make sure they're not gonna come crashing down, because you don't want that in the middle of your Christmas celebration. All right, I have this last one. So for this one, I'm going to go maybe right here on the bottom. And I'm going to make sure that I wire really good, like that. All right, so that is the second. I'm gonna just disappear for a second. I'm gonna grab this box of ornaments, you guys. I wanna share this one with you. How absolutely cute is this? It's a bauble. It has some diamonds in it, and they really catch the light. Like I said, a really good glass ornament will always look more beautiful on your Christmas tree. So for this particular one, I'm gonna start right here. And look at that, creating this beautiful cluster of glass ornaments. It's just so gorgeous. All right, so I'm gonna add another one right here. For this particular one, I'm gonna start going more towards the edge of the branch to let them dangle. Every time that you have a glass ornament that is a see-through glass ornament, what you want to do is you want to kind of create them at the very tip of your tree, so that way they catch more of the light. If you hide them too far into the tree, you're kind of gonna lose them. So that's why I wanna create this effect like it's growing from the tree. And by the way, look how cool this stand is, you guys. I'll share with you more in the close-up, but I love it because it has already the stump where the tree goes, and it just is so beautiful. It has that beautiful, it's almost like an architectural piece, and I just love it. All right, so I'm gonna grab this one. I'm gonna put it right maybe here, making sure that I twist that wire really good, because we don't want to break any of these gorgeous glass ornaments. Oh, here's the wire for this one right here. Sometimes they come off. So I'm gonna add another one right here and bend. Look how pretty. See how they catch the light? That's what Christmas is all about. That twinkle, twinkle. By the way, if you are enjoying this series, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends on Facebook, on Instagram, and on WhatsApp, so they too can come and learn how to create gorgeous Christmas designs. You guys, if you're new to the channel, my name is Ramon, and I'm a Christmas design expert, floral designer, here to help you feel more comfortable at your designs. I give you all the tips and the tricks that you need to know that I learned in the floral industry for the past 15 years, because I want you to feel really comfortable when you're designing, whether you're doing it just for yourself or if you're going out there to design for somebody. Well, I want you to be so comfortable. So that's what I'm here for. And if you are new, be sure to consider subscribing if this is something that you enjoy. All right, so our next step will be to add our stems, and for that I selected this beautiful, almost like a pewter gray that I'm going to insert all throughout the tree, and I'm gonna start right here on the bottom and work my way up. Now you guys, this is I wanna say this is a 4.5 foot tree. And look, what this is going to do is just gonna give us that depth and dimension and all of our 3D almost feel to the tree. Remember that we want to add whatever happens on the right happens on the left. So I'm gonna keep moving this way. I'm gonna skip one branch, then I'm gonna do another one right here. Making sure that I really latch onto my branch. That way I'm not disturbing that shape of the tree. Now I'm going to go over on this side right here. Do it a little bit of a spin so it has that three-dimensional feel. Now I want to explain something real quick. So when we had all of our ornaments, it looked kind of flat, right? So that's why you want to invest in beautiful picks and stems, because that's what's going to give that depth. You want your tree to have that depth to where your eye travels inside of the tree and start seeing all of those little details like the ornaments. This is what really is going to make those ornaments pop from your tree. And actually, you know what? Something funny. I hate that pop when people say that make it pop. I hate seeing it written down. I hate when people say it, but it's so true. It really does make it pop. It just makes everything like come alive. And as you guys can see, I did over here on the back. I'm gonna do another one on the very top, right here. And those you wanna give them dimension. You wanna twist them a little bit like this, so that way they have that natural feel and that like three-dimensional feel. I feel like we need one right here in the middle, so I'm gonna go ahead and insert one right here. Sometimes you kind of have to step out from it to see. Now I'm gonna stop right here. I do have a few left, and I have 3 left, but I'm gonna put them to the side because there's other ones that I want to attach, like this white one right here. And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and fluff this guy, anything that has got a longer stem like this. And then also, you know, you might want to just go ahead and bend this right here. 2 things. This is going to help it secure to the tree, and it gives you a shorter stem. All right, so now I'm going to add this guy right here. Everywhere where I didn't add a black one, where there's spaces where there's missing, I'm going to add this beautiful white one, because that's going to also give us that texture. I'm going to add this guy right here. And see how that is making your eye travel inside of the tree, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So make sure that you bend this guy, and then you give it a little bit of a fluff, because they all have a wire. So we want to make sure that we add that. Look at that. See how now I can put to where before your eye stopped here. So now we have all this depth and dimension. All right, so now that we're done with all of our picks and stems, it is time to add our ribbon. And you guys, this is going to be a different way to add ribbon to your tree that we've done in the past. Remember, I told you that we have a 3-way or 4-way step to decorate our Christmas trees, which is ribbon first, then the ornaments 2, picks, stems, and florals 3, and accent ribbons is always our last step. And for this particular tree, I just decided to do something different to show ideas on how you can decorate your Christmas tree in a different way. So I'm gonna start, well, the last ribbon we're gonna add at the end, the accent ribbon. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna share with you that we're going to use this beautiful black and silver lattice print with all of this glitter. And then also we're going to be using this absolutely stunning, let me make sure that I get this pin out because I've pinned myself before. This absolutely stunning ribbon that has this beautiful, it's almost like a diamond shape, and it has this gorgeous back, which is silver, which is going to be perfect for our Christmas tree. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and grab our thickest ribbon first. This is a 4-inch. I'm going to go ahead and give it a dovetail right here. Make sure that I start with a dovetail. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tail that is about 5 inches. Then I'm going to go down. I'm going to pinch, and then I'm going to do a bow like this, and I'm gonna give myself a longer tail. So I'm gonna cut right there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce this beautiful white ribbon. Once again, I'm gonna give it a tail. We'll dovetail in a second. So I'm gonna start right here making a bow like this. And then I'm going to twist, make sure that I have that print up. And I'm gonna go like this. And I'm gonna give it another longer tail. And I'm gonna grab my wire and I'm gonna wire all of this together. Going back like this. And so we're gonna make sure that we press this really, really tight and twist. And then we're gonna be left with our wire to attach. So now we're going to fluff this bow. I'm gonna go ahead and dovetail all of this because we want to make sure that it looks finished, and there is no better way to make your ribbon look finished than with a dovetail. Sometimes I do a slant, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I like it, but I don't like it as much as I like a dovetail, especially during the holiday season. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna, once more time. These scissors are tiny. I need a bigger pair of scissors. So now I'm left with this beautiful bow right here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna start right here on the top, making sure that all of my prints are forward. I'm going to attach my bow to one of my branches, really secure it. And so that's gonna be our first bow. Then what you want to do with these tails, you wanna do a pinch right here. Then we're gonna grab a bristle from our tree and we're going to secure this ribbon like this. And this we're going to do the same thing. So we're gonna secure right there. See how that gives us those two? We have a bow right here on the top. Then that gives us the two loops. So I'm gonna do one right here on the center. We're only going to do a few. This is more about the ornaments. Remember, those are precious ornaments. They're all glass ornaments. And so if you have a collection of ornaments you've been collecting through the years, if you inherited ornaments from somebody, then this is the perfect way to add ribbon to your tree and then also display all of those beautiful precious ornaments. All right, so one more time. I'm going to do a tail, about a 5-6 inch tail. We're going to do a gorgeous bow. So pinch, pinch, down. Look how stunning this is. Don't you love it, Jameson?
I love it.
We're gonna do a longer tail this time. It's gonna be dead center. And then I'm gonna bring my other ribbon, which is gorgeous. I cannot tell you how stunning this ribbon is. I'm gonna go opposite. See, the trick here is to go opposite when you're doing that bow. And so now what I'm going to do is make this bow right here. And pinch and gather like this. And I'm also going to give me a longer tail because it's going to be for the front. Cut right here. I have this gorgeous bow with two big tails. And so now I'm going to do is pinch really tightly, really, really tight, so that bow is not coming crashing down. Once you have it all secure, now you can go back in there and fluff your bow. Look how beautiful, you guys. Isn't this gorgeous, this ribbon? I just love it. So once you have this bow like this, with all of your tails, what you want to do is grab this wire, and I'm gonna add this one right here to the center of my tree. And I'm gonna grab a bristle, and I'm going to twist really, really good. And so that's gonna give us that bow. Look how gorgeous that is. All right, so now I'm gonna pinch right here. I'm gonna do a swoop. I'm gonna pinch right there. And then I'm gonna do yet another one over here, making this loop. And so now I'm gonna secure right here. And I'm gonna leave my tail. Let me grab my scissors to dovetail this end. Right here. Like that. Look, see how that gives us that focal point? And so now I'm gonna do the same with this side. I'm gonna pinch right here. I'm gonna do a loop. I'm gonna look for a bristle that I can attach with. Go around my ribbon. Pinch. That way it gives us this loop. And so now this one, I'm gonna dovetail real quick. Thumbs up if you like this idea, but we have more ways to add ribbon. Keep watching. All right, so we're done with the center bow and I have the one on the top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do some for the side, and for the side we're not going to be as lavish or as elaborate. So what I'm going to do is a smaller tail. I'm going to do just one loop bow, and then I'm gonna give myself some tail like this. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one. So I'm going to bring a smaller tail, and then I'm gonna do a loop like this. And then I'm gonna give myself a tail. You guys, this ribbon is so yummy. I cannot even express how absolutely beautiful this is. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie all of this together. Remember to attach really, really hard and twist. See, that's gonna give us this cute little bow. And these ribbons, make sure that you have all of your pretty sides like this. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go over to this side right here, and I'm going to attach really tightly. And we're going to fluff this bow real quick. We're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna grab our ribbon and just do these loops like this. So that way our tree looks finished all the way around. Like that. And so I'm gonna repeat on the other side, and I'm gonna start by dovetailing one more time. It's so important to dovetail all of your ribbons when you're doing this. And then I'm going to dovetail this other one. And I'm gonna start with this guy right here, adding a tail, then a loop, and then a tail like this. Are you enjoying these videos, you guys? I am having such a blast creating these Christmas themes, and I just want to give a shout out to Shinoda Design Center, who has allowed us to come to their warehouse and work here in order to put all of these looks together for you. If you are looking for any of these products, remember that you can find all of these products at Shinoda Design Center, and I'm going to leave their information linked down below. You can give them a call and tell them that you're calling because you saw it at Ramon at home, and they will be able to help you with the ribbons. I just wish that you would see this ribbon in person. It's so beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna add this other one right here to the side. I'm gonna grab a branch. Remember that in this design, our main focal point is our ornaments. They're precious ornaments, so we don't want to cover a lot of it with a ribbon. The ribbon in this case is just a support. How is it? A support actress. And the main actress, our what we call her, our Julia Roberts, is the ornaments in this case. So she's the main girl. All right, you guys, so I'm just gonna finish dovetailing this. If you want to learn how to make more bows, I'm gonna put a video down below that'll teach you all of the techniques. All right, so we are almost done with this beautiful black and white and silver Christmas tree, and I just want to add the last element, which is going to be our penguins. You guys, these are so cute, and they are perfect for an elegant, frosty, black and white theme like this. And so what I did is I went ahead and add a wire through. They're made out of styrofoam. So basically what you want to do is create yourself a cute stem. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this guy right here, and I'm going to go through all of this, put my hand in here very carefully, try not to disturb any of my ribbons. And I'm going to look for that stem, and I'm going to grab a bristle right here, and I'm just going to tie it around the bristle to make sure that this penguin is not gonna go crashing down like this. Look at that. So he's gonna stay right here. There's one right here, one over here. I'm gonna put a few of the smaller ones in, and I'm going to give you the end result. Keep watching. All right, you guys, so here is the end result of this gorgeous Christmas tree with the penguins. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? Look at all of these beautiful ornaments and the penguins with the glitter, the ribbons, you guys. I have to show you this ribbon right here. That glitter print is so pretty. And then this damask ribbon. Look how stunning it is, how it glitters. But look at the cute little penguin over here. It is just so whimsical, elegant at the same time, and I just love the black and white because it's not something that you would expect for the holiday season. However, it is contemporary, it's modern, It is very, very elegant. I cannot wait to read your comments, so leave me a comment down below and let me know what do you think about this theme of penguins in black and white. All right, you guys, so for this DIY, what I wanted to share with you is how to decorate a candlestick or candelabra. This DIY is perfect for by your fireplace, perhaps on your dining room. And what I'm doing is I'm fluffing some of these beautiful, oh my gosh, it's got so much snow, you guys. One of these garlands that I'm going to attach. This is going to be more of a zip tie job because we're going to be zip tying some of these elements to this guy right here. All right, so now that we give it a little bit of a fluff, what I'm going to do is attach the very top to my candlestick. So I'm gonna start right about here, and I'm gonna fold it in half. Oh, maybe at the top, right here. I'm gonna fold it in half right here and grabbing a zip tie without letting go. It's so important because, well, you will be working twice as hard. We're gonna grab a zip tie right here, and I'm going to attach right at this point. We're going to create a beautiful swag going down. And like I said, this is perfect if you have a fireplace, so you can put this by your fireplace, by the hearth, and just give yourself a beautiful decoration that goes all the way around. So we're gonna twist right here, and we're gonna give it a little bit of a give. So we're gonna make it fly in the air like this, and I'm gonna grab another zip tie, and I'm gonna zip tie right about here. So this is like a no glue DIY. This is something that you can repurpose all of your materials because there's no glue involved. So it's going to be so beautiful, but at the same time, it's gonna give you the option to reuse all of those materials that we love. And you know, I'm always telling you that if it calls for cutting the garland, go for it. If it calls for cutting the ribbons, go for it, because that's what we buy them for, right? To be able to use them and to get the most bang out of our backs when it comes down to that. Okay, so far it's creating this S motion. It has a lot of movement, and I just absolutely love it. Like I said, just go ahead and fluff all of this. We want them to fly away in the air, creating that swoop motion. So now what I have is some of these gorgeous spirals, and for this I'm going to bring my little zip ties. You guys know that I cannot live without my little zip ties, and I'm going to cut right about here, and I'm going to start right here on the bottom, and I'm going to intertwine, and I'm going to grab one of these tiny zip ties. And the reason why I like these tiny zip ties is because they are black and they basically disappear when you use them. So I'm going to alternate spaces. I'm going to create a bigger swag by adding all of these elements, and it's going to look absolutely gorgeous. The problem with these tiny zip ties is that sometimes you cannot see where your zip tie is, but no problem. Look at that. Professional. It's giving professional. All right, so we're gonna add one right there. I want it to swoop on the floor. I want it to sweep the floor. I want it to be dramatic, because why would Christmas be without a little bit of drama, right? So now I'm gonna make sure that it goes like this. I'm going to attach to this part of the garland right here with a tiny zip tie. Where is my tiny zip ties? They're so tiny that they disappear. Oh, they're right here. You guys, I've been DIYing all day long, and at this point I think I'm just running on what, Jameson?
Creativity.
On creativity. It's giving creativity. All right, so I'm going to zip tie real tight right here, and I'm going to cut. So basically we're creating a swoop motion on our garland, as you guys can see, and this one's going to live right here on the very top. So I'm gonna cut right there. I'm gonna grab my zip tie so I know that I have it, and then because it has the same, look at that, it has the same motion, so I'm going to attach right about here. Well, I'm just gonna attach these two garlands. I really do recommend you go and buy these tiny zip ties. You can find them anywhere where crafting is sold, and they really do come in handy because you can create more beautiful garlands by just attaching. Look, and all you have to do is boop, There you go. So now we have all of this movement, right? Now I want to add some of this beautiful eucalyptus. You guys, look how gorgeous this frosted eucalyptus is. This is from Shinoda Design Center, and it is one of my favorite items they have. I just absolutely love it. I love that you can come here and spend hours, I'm telling you, going through all of these beautiful items, and you'll never get tired of it. All right, so I'm going to attach right here with a tiny zip tie. And it's all about creating a more dramatic garland. It's going to be gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna add this guy right here, really tight, and then grab that wire cutter. I have only 3 of these stems, so I have to make sure that I fluff them really good, so that way they show better. But look at all the volume that you get. Isn't that insane? I just absolutely love this particular one. So I'm gonna go maybe right about here. Let me see. I need one for the front. So I'm gonna start the one right here on the front, and then we'll decide where the third one will live. But this particular one, I want it to live right about here. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. Sometimes I think I'm a genius. And you guys, sorry that I'm giving you my back, but I do have to make sure that this zip tie goes right in place. Once we have it in place, then we can cut right here. All right, you guys, so now I'm gonna fold this beautiful ribbon in half, and we're going to do a dovetail because we're going to make a cute bow. But look how beautiful this ribbon is with a gorgeous stripe and glitter, and it's almost like a linen, but it's also like a burlap linen. It's just gorgeous. So we're going to make a bow. And as I've told you before, at this point, we've all done so many bows that it shouldn't be that difficult. But I know a lot of people still have difficulty making bows. So I want to tell you, there's a playlist down below with all of the bow videos that we made. So if you want to practice, I invite you to check them out. So that way you too can create beautiful ribbon bows. So I'm going to do a 4-loop bow like this, but I do want some long tail. So I'm gonna give me this much of a tail, and I'm going to introduce this ribbon right here by pinching, and then I'm going to give myself yet another long tail, and I'm gonna cut right here. Once I cut, I'm gonna grab my wire, and I'm going to wire all of this together and pinch it real tight, and then we're gonna spin around like this. So now we have this cute bow with these long tails. And you're like, Ramon, what do we want those tails for? Well, let me show you. So I'm going to add this bow right here to the side. We're gonna attach right about here. It's gonna look festive. And then we're going to tie it to the back very tightly. I'm gonna disappear for a sec, sorry. I have to make sure this is very well attached. Like that. And you know, I have really long tails on the back, so I'm gonna cut those because I can use this wire. I'm thinking that I'm gonna need this wire. So now that we have our long tails swooping down, what we want to do is we're going to grab both tails, and we're going to do a little bit of a pinch right here, and we're going to go right here. That's why I needed my wire, because we're going to wire this. This garland right here doesn't have a bristle that we can attach to. So this is when you want to bring those little wires and wire right into the garland, because remember, no glue allowed. So I'm going to let this tail hang, and so now I'm gonna do another one right here. I'm going to swoop right here, and we're going to go like this. We're gonna bring this one to this side, and I'm gonna grab yet another wire. And like I said, this is a DIY. If you're having a dinner, or if you're having like Christmas at your home, you know, can you imagine like wowing your guests with beautiful DIYs like this? They just look elegant, they look festive and Christmassy, and your house is just going to look absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to dovetail right there, and I'm going to swoop right here, and I'm just gonna attach these guys. Maybe that one can be attached too, but let me dovetail it first. Just let your eyes dictate what you want to do. You can decide, it's your candelabra, and you get to decide what you want to do with it. All right, so I have another wire right here. So I'm gonna swoop it over to this side. I'm gonna let this be the right one, that one the left. And you know what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to attach right where I attached the other one, and I can actually even use the same wire. So I'm going to do it right here. And you know what I think I want to do? I think I want to do another bow right there because it's the holidays and it's a better holiday if there's bows involved. Oh, left my scissors over here. Thumbs up if you guys are enjoying this section of the video, and don't forget to leave us a comment. Just a reminder that we are really enjoying this holiday season and we're so thankful that you're here watching. But we've done so many at this point that I would really like to know which one is your favorite so far. And stay tuned for more because we're just getting started. This holiday season 2025 is just getting started. Okay, so we're going to dovetail. Maybe this video is coming now like at the end of the season, and here I am saying, just a fun fact. Today is what's today, Jameson? Today is the July 20th. So I don't know when you'll see this video, but just so you know, we are recording this on Sunday, July 20th. And that's why I say that we've been having a lot of fun this season because we've been working on Christmas for what, 2 months now? And it's July. And we still have a long way to go. But no problem because we love what we do. All right, so there's a bow right here. There's now a bow right here. Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. And then, you know what I'm going to do? I think that's good. I think that's enough bows. All right, so now I'm going to get my ornaments and I'll be right back with you. Keep watching. All right, you guys, so we're going to add a few ornaments to this gorgeous design. And I want to add some maybe right here where the ribbons meet. I want to keep it very linear. I don't want to get away from the line that this is forming because I feel like it would be so much prettier if we just continue to have that line than if we created another line with ornaments. So continuing with the form is probably the most efficient for this type of design. Now we are going to put some candles on the top and show you the end result, but we first have to add some of these ornaments. And I do want to add maybe some clusters. So we're going to cluster some of them together by making sure that there's a few of them close together. So this particular one, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be smart about it, and I'm going to use the same wire that this one is, and I'm going to cluster these two together, so that way I don't have to wire this other guy. And so now that I have these two right here, I can attach. Oh my goodness, there we go. See, now there's going to be two of those hanging from the same spot, instead of having to wire another one. So I'm going to attach very tightly right here so they stay on spot. And you know what, I'm gonna do that from now on. I just blew my own mind right now. And I remember, you guys, when we used to do clusters and then we went from doing clusters to like actually clustering when as we go. Well, this is a perfect example that sometimes the old school style, it's more efficient because look, we're gonna add this right here by the bow. And all we have to do is cluster two of them together. I have to look for my stem, which is right here. And then we're going to spin it around without letting go. Oh my goodness, I almost let go. So that way I can attach those two. I think a few more clusters on this candlestick will look absolutely beautiful. And I love the combination of this pearly champagne and then also the gold champagne. They look so gorgeous together. As you guys can see, attach them really tight. And I'm going to add one more towards the bottom. So I'm gonna grab this wire that it comes with, and I'm going to introduce another one, like so. And then I'm gonna go down here to the bottom, and I'm gonna attach right here. I'm just gonna swirl this wire. All right, you guys, so here is the finished candelabra. How absolutely gorgeous this turned out. It goes all the way down to the floor. The ribbons are draping, and look at these gorgeous ornaments. First of all, the clusters of pearl and gold and this shimmery ribbon. I just absolutely love all of this beautiful glitter, and it's just so festive. This also, I was just thinking, would be perfect if you have like church work, if you have like a wedding during the holiday season. But like I said, this also would be so pretty in an entryway or even on a hearth. I just absolutely love it, and I really hope that you liked it as well. It is just another way to dress up another item for the holidays. So what do you guys think? We're in this beautiful Christmas DIY, super simple to make, and they will make a statement in your home this holiday season. I cannot wait to read your comments, so be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know which out of the 3 Christmas DIYs was your favorite. And then also, don't forget there's going to be a playlist right here with even more DIYs to inspire you to decorate your home this Christmas season 2025. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and don't forget to come back for more. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, bye.